Notts County to offer their player ratings after a 3-0 home victory on our Friday night fixture against Maidstone. If the lights do go out, we've had experience of this, we keep going, don't we, George?
We keep going, yeah.
The lights aren't going out on the channel, just in the stadium. So, I said it in Will's video, as close to a training ground game as you could get.
Yeah, and before we start, I've got to say it, 4 points clear top of the league.
Game in hand though. Pressure's on them though.
Exactly. Yeah, it was one of those games where you didn't feel too sucked in by it because it just felt relatively straightforward for Notts. I think the players never really got out of first gear, if I'm being brutally honest. I don't think Maidstone panicked us at any point. It never looked like under the cosh at all. Like, we literally controlled the entire game. There wasn't 1 minute of that game that Maidstone on top, so you can only credit Notts for that though.
Yeah, 100%. We'll go on to the player ratings then. Sam Slocum, one good save from a long distance shot from Regan Booty is the closest they really got. What more can you give him than 7?
7. He's had nothing to do other than that save that you just said, so 7.
Let's go to Adam Chickson. Should have scored again.
Yeah, he should. He's done that a few times now where you just think he really have to score there. Let's be honest, he's not a striker, but the chances that any footballer should really be putting away. But again, he's had a good game. I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. Positioning wise, spot on, absolutely spot on. It's just that finish, isn't it? And like you say, he's not a striker, but one of those is going to go in. And the way we play, it's not that costly for them. We're always going to give him a chance of scoring. Yeah. Go to the other side there, Aaron and Mark. Wow.
Yeah, I think there was a time in the first half where someone's trying to beat him in a foot race, and you're just thinking, don't even bother trying, mate, because no one's quicker than me. I've never seen anyone quicker than me. Fantastic player. I'm really happy for him, because he's had to bide his time at Notts. Last season he didn't get much playing time, to be honest. This season he's one of the main men for me, so I'm going to give him an 8.
We're saying pre-season, where do you think he fits in?
Yeah, exactly, and that's happened a few times, hasn't it, with a few players, but I think that's a testament to Williams, to be honest with you.
100%. What did you give him?
8.
Yeah, I agree, 8. Oh, let's go Richard Brindley. Redeemed himself after a very off-colour performance against Colville, one that we knew he'd put right. I thought he was good again. Used his body really well to sort of get in between players, shield the ball, body swerve. Can't really say anything other than a very solid performance, 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. I agree with everything you just said, so I'm going to say 7.
Because I'm usually right.
I'd say 50% of the time you're right. 50% of the time.
I'll take that.
Take it.
Aidan Baldwin was back on the bench, but we didn't see him tonight. Might see him get a run out on Tuesday, but Rawlinson's at centre back.
I thought it was amazing, I thought it was really good. Didn't do a lot wrong, but then again, he's not really had to do too much, has he? Passing was good. He's switched on, isn't he? In a game where I think it'd be easy for a defender to switch off because they're not had masses to do, he switched on. I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Yeah, I agree. First half performance for me, when not about a rule in there. Fantastic player. First half, it's one of those where last season I feel like we could have gone in 1-0 down, genuinely. And they switched on the whole time. There's a ball over the top, and he's just smart with how he played. Backwards header. If you were at the game, you remember it. It won't make the highlights, but it was one of those where we know from the first 10 minutes that their striker had him in a foot race, but he just controls a lovely backwards header to Carl Cameron. Pressure's gone and we're straight back on the attack. So did really, really well on that. It's going to be hard to dislodge him from the team.
100%. I think Baldwin really does. He's going to struggle to get back in that back three because 5 wins on the bounce in the league. Yeah, doesn't get much better than that.
7.5. Carl Cameron, for me, the best of the defenders. The back three.
Yeah, I think Cameron offers a lot more going forward, doesn't he? For me, I know he's a defender. Probably should do better with that chance he has in the 18-yard box.
It's a fantastic save.
It's a really good save. No, it's a good save. You can sort of see where he's going, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe he should do better. But maybe I'm being harsh. Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm happy with his performance. Like you say, he was probably the best of the back three, but for different reasons. He offers so much going forward. His physical presence when he's making them runs is just. He's like Bajrami, I think, a little bit, isn't he? In that sense. So for me, I'm going to give him a 7.5 as well.
I'm going to give him an 8. If you're, that's an indication of how dominant we were. If your centre back can scroll into the penalty area and hit a shot from open play, they may as well set up camp in their penalty area.
Yeah.
And that was just how well we moved the ball and played. So really, really good. Go to midfield then. I think you'll want to talk about Badrami.
Yeah. Another player where didn't have a great game against Colville, but rights his wrongs, doesn't he, tonight? Fantastic performance. Honestly, like as long as I've been a Notts fan, I can't. And this is probably a big exaggeration. Who knows? But this is genuinely how I feel at this moment in time. He's probably one of the best midfielders we've had at Notts. Genuinely, you can see it. He's getting better. Maybe not the Colville game, but every game he just seems to get better. And another one that has that physical presence when he has the ball at his feet going forward.
You said, didn't you, though? You said, imagine, there was one point where he's being chased down line. You said, I remember you saying to me, imagine being chased down line by Badrami.
Yeah, turning around.
He wins the ball.
You won't even see him, you'd feel him. You'd feel the ground wobbling because he's a unit.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, I think an 8 as well. I mean, midfield just absolutely bossed me. Him and Palmer was so good. We'll go on to Palmer then. There was instances where I couldn't believe how much space they've given him. And it's just another performance where he's just solid. It's 8.
Yeah, 8, exactly. Solid. Not only David Silva, I'll say it again. That was intense.
It was. I just can't believe the analogy coming out. It was so good. Ruben Rodriguez should have scored the penalty. What a goal. Ran the show. Nutmegs. Skills here, left, right, and centre. Back to the Ruben Rodriguez that we know from last season. Man of the match, 8.5.
Yeah, I think the crazy thing is that how many times do you see a player get man of the match when they miss a penalty? I think that gives him the credit he needs for how well he played today, because he's just so tricky. Some of the passes he was pulling off, making their players look just ridiculously silly. 8.5. I think that man of the match was bang on.
It was really, really good. Scott then, for me, there's so much link-up play that doesn't often get noticed by some fans. He's always wide of the penalty area, picking the ball up from Ruben or from Chickson or on the other side from Aaron Imam. A fantastic finish, really good finish. Like no keeper saving that. I know it's near post, no keeper saving that. He's hit so hard, so straight. He's getting better and better, and we're not always relying on Langstaff. He's coming up with goals in games now. Gets a goal. Third goal is one that kills the game completely.
Yeah, exactly. And like you say, what a goal it was. It took everyone in the stadium by surprise. I think the first thing the keeper knew of it when it was in the back of the net. So fantastic finish. Like you said, link-up play, fantastic. 8.5. Worked really hard today.
Yeah, I'd say an 8. Then go to Langstaff. Had one in the net. I think it probably was offside, but what a finish it was. First time.
Yeah.
No keeper saving that. And then his goal, scrappy, but he's scoring all types of goals, isn't he? Spot on performance again. Takes him to 16th for the season. Could have had more. Gets an assist. 5 assists for the season, I believe now. Danger. 8.
Yeah, I honestly, it gets to a point where we're so early on into the season. What more good can we say about him? We literally, he's just every week he's just proving that he is at this level, and it's not just 1 or 2 game flurry. This is the level he's at. Yeah, exactly. 8.5. He's just there when you need him. He's pressing. I'm so looking to him.
Yeah,
I'm nearly crying.
Subs then, we'll go Adebayo Rolling, came on for the man, sensible for me. Adebayo Rolling runs at players quick. It got to the point as well where I know some people were saying he's not taking his man on, but we're at the point where we were just playing for our fitness, really, to keep it for Tuesday night. Well, the extra day's recovery, I think he was really, really good. I'm going to go 7.5.
Yeah, no, I thought he was good when he came on. Really quick, put some good crosses into the box. Maybe should really have had an extra goal from some of the balls that he was playing in. I'm going to say 7. Yeah, I thought he was really good for the time he was on. Yeah.
He was. Austin then came on, same time as Adebayo Rolling, live wire, linked up really well, and just the right player to bring on in that situation. 7.
Yeah, I think he draws players away, doesn't he? It's just that bit of energy that I think we need in a game where we've been on top. Legs are getting tired up front. Yeah, 7. I agree. 7.
And then Kyra Mitchell, the way we were playing, we were sort of keeping the ball. We didn't offer much for a striker. The balls in the box were good, but they were being blocked. Didn't really see much from him. Wasn't on a massive amount of time, so with no chances coming into it, I'd probably say 6.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think he had one chance, didn't he? But the angle was so tight, and the keeper's so close, so there's not a lot he can really do. So, yeah, I think 6 is fair.
Yeah, I think that's a decent finish to score that.
Yeah.
That wraps up the player ratings then for a very comfortable 3-0 win. Fair play to the Maidstone fans. Made a lot of noise when they came, but a lot on a Friday night. We can have an enjoyable Saturday. Look at the results coming in. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to